a specific frequency to affect the way we behave. It's true at a specific frequency.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight.
Right, he said, I have fought a good fight. Which the scripture said in Matthew 25 before, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Is not the Apostle Paul endured to the end? So he gonna come back and be saved. Come on.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished.
What fight did he fight? A spiritual fight.
Right.
Come on.
I have finished my course.
I have finished my course. Come on.
I have kept the faith.
I have kept the faith. Come on.
Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
When is he gonna get that crown? In the heavens? No. He gonna get that crown. Getting ready to get that crown. He gonna be in that lineup. Yes. Right. The tallest man. The Apostle Paul's gonna be in that crowd. Jeremiah gonna be in that crowd. Joel gonna be in that crowd. And we gonna know, oh shit, that's Joel. I didn't know you was Joel, brother. Oh, that's Ezekiel. Oh, that's Mark. I didn't know you was Ezekiel, brother.
I want to add to what the Apostle was saying. Ezra saw that division. He saw the day when Yahushua is going to place crowns.
He said the guy that did it, Yahushua,
was taller than
the tallest one.
Yep.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutations. Hopefully, out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and I just want to respond, to a snippet, all right, from the latest, street teachings of the beloved elder apostles. Okay, and the elder apostle Tahar, he made a statement about, the different prophets that's going to come back and be in that crowd, dealing with the vision that Ezra saw, all right, in 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verses 42 on down. Okay, the crowning, all right, of, the joint heirs of Yahweh Shah. Okay, he's seen the crowning of the joint heirs of Yahweh Shah. All right, the government of Israel being crowned. Okay, and the Apostle Tahar, he made the statement, about different prophets going to be in that crowd. And, it just made me to think like we want to be in that crowd. Not to say that we this guy, that guy, it doesn't matter. We want to be in that crowd. Okay, because we only know a few, of the men, okay, that is part of the 144,000, that's, renowned, to have household names, amongst the truth. You go to Isaiah's, your Joel's, Ezekiel's, your Jeremiah's, okay, Zachariah's, King David. You see these great men, so on and so forth, but that's only a handful, okay? And every brother is going to be in their order, so just to be in the crowd, just to be in their company, just to be in their company, man. And it made me think of this song. Matter of fact, since I said that, let me go here first, and then we'll get that. All right, I believe that's in the book of Sirach. All right, 44. All right, 44, starting in verse 144. Okay, and what does it say? It says, let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us. Okay, and those men are back to finish their legacy, to solidify their legacy, man, under Yahweh Shah. And what a blessing it will be to be of that number, just to be in that crowd, just to be in the mix. You see, it said the Lord had wrought great glory by them through his power from the beginning, such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding, and declaring prophecies. Okay, so the prophets, okay, are back. Okay, hey, these men, all right, particular kings, you know, the righteous kings, hey, everyone is back. You see, leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, wise and eloquent are their instructions, such as found out musical tones and recited verses and writings. Rich man furnished with ability live peaceably in their habitations. All these will honor in their generation and with the glory of their times. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praise might be reported. Certain names, you know, that they're still, you know, they're still a memorial. You know, certain stories, you know, that we can always revert back to, certain accounts, particular men's name, you know, come up, you know, their legacy, all right, you know, is immortal, you know, and their legacy is immortal, man. You see, and it says, and some there be which have no memorial, who, all right, it says, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness have not been forgotten. With their seed shall continue to remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant. Okay, so there's a lot of men who we don't know their names. They're not household names amongst Israel. Okay, but these are still renowned men that's going to be rewarded and crowned, you know, by Yahushua. Okay, in their time. Okay, and the Lord is showing us that we have a great chance to be in that number, man. We have such a great chance to be in that number, man. And we're here doing the right thing. That's why it's time to double down. It's time to double down, man. You know, it's time to lock into this more and more. It's time to separate and be dead to, you know, the pettiness and things that don't matter. Being more dead to that and more alive in this, man. Every day that we wake up in this truth, man, and we in our right mind, we calling on the names, and the Lord gives us the privilege to edify and serve Him, man. That's a sign that, hey, we can be of that number. We can be in the mix of these great men. Okay, so it says, in verse 12 said, their seed standeth fast, and their children for their sakes. Okay. And it says, their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out, man. Okay, there's 144,000 men that's going to have, you know, these legacies under Yahushua, man. Men of renown for what they've done. It's going to be known what they've done. You know, these are going to be, all right, the renowned men. This is going to be the standard that's established in the earth. These men. Okay, and hey, what, man, to be amongst this, to be in the mix when this is going on, you know. So you go here because it reminded me of that song. All right, now this is a song, all right, when the saints go marching in. Okay, and when you read the lyrics, all right, it says, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in. Let me zoom it up. All right. It says, oh Lord, I want to be in their number. You see? And we already know there's 144,000, 12,000 men from each tribe. There's a number of men. And then you have the innumerable, all right, multitude, the elect men, women, and children that's going to be delivered as well. They're going to be, you know, marching in amongst those men. Okay? They're the 1/3, the elect. It says, when the sun begins to shine, when the sun, all right, begins to shine, and we know ultimately the sun, all right, Yahushua, okay, His presence is shining brighter and brighter in the earth, man, amongst His men. Okay, but when He's revealed, okay, as the scriptures say, the sun, all right, shall come with what? Okay, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, I believe, verse 2. It says, but unto you, all right, that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And that's Yahweh Shai coming to change us, man. We're going to be completely healed. We're going to be perfected. Right now, we're going through the healing process when Yahweh Shai, the Son of Righteousness, when he arises, all right, because the horizon represents what? A new day, a new rulership, you know. So as the rulership of Yahweh Shai arises, when he appears, that's going to be, you know, he's going to have the healing in his wings and no chariots, man. Okay, we're going to be changed. And it says, and ye shall go forth and grow up as the calves of the stall. We're going to be set free. You know, we're going to be set free from the bondage of his body, all right, the captivity of Esau. You know, we're going to be turned loose, as they say down here, man. You know, hey, we're going to be turned loose forever, man. Okay, to enjoy the righteous sovereignty under Yahweh Shai, to enjoy autonomy under Yahweh Shai, man, in righteousness. Okay, so going back to this song, it says, "Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the sun begins to shine. Oh, when that final trumpet calls. Oh, when that final trumpet calls. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when that final trumpet calls, man." Okay, and you go here. All right, what does it say in? Because the final trump is the destruction of this place, man. The nukes. Okay, that's gonna be the final trump. All right, and that's when, all right, our enemies, okay, are gonna be destroyed, removed from power. All right, and the elect are gonna be rewarded. Okay, now you read this in Revelation 15:1. It says, "I saw another sign, all right, in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7, all right, last plagues." Okay, and that 7th, you know, plague is the nuke. It's that final trump. Okay, and it's filled with the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were glass mingled with fire. Okay, and that's, all right, the view from the chariots, man, the elect will have at the destruction of America, man, the lake of fire. Okay, and it says, "And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name," all right, those that didn't bend the knee, even, all right, because the elect are not going to fold. This is built in the elect, is written in the members of the elect not to fold. Okay, we are the elect. We don't have to worry about this devil forcing the seed up in us. No, if we're of that number, hey, it's written in our members, man, to overcome. Okay, to have a victory over this, man. You know, to even be willing to take the death. Okay, and it says, "And over the number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and they sung, all right, of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord, power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of the saints." Or when the saints go marching in, let's solidify who are the saints. Okay, to show you that it's talking about one people. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 148. All right, and 14, it says, "He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Shai." Okay, so he exalted the horn of his people, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, he has strengthened Yahweh Shai. All power has been given to Yahweh Shai to come conquer the earth in righteousness, man, and set his people on top. Okay, beginning with the elect, beginning with those first fruits of the elect, man. It says, "Even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye the Lord." Okay, so it's the Israelites are the saints, man. Okay, and our Ratazah, man, we in the mix when the saints go marching in. Okay, it says when the saints go marching in, or when the saints go marching in, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Okay, and you go here to Revelation, all right, chapter 7. Okay, let's see if I get this. Yep, So when you see, we read this the other day, Revelation 7:4 says, and I heard how many were marked with the seal of the Most High, 144,000, man. You know, what an honor it would be to be amongst that number. It's going to be an honor just to be amongst the 1/3, the innumerable multitude, man. Okay? How much more, you know, we have a chance to be a part of the 144,000, that number, man. Okay? Was sealed from all tribes of Israel. Okay? From Judah, 12,000. From Reuben, 12,000. From Gad, 12,000. From Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, 12,000. Simeon, Levi, Issachar, 12,000. Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin, 12,000. All right? And you read verse 9, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And palms represent the victory, man. Okay? And you go into this word robes. All right? Which the elder brother Shaquat, you know, brought this out at camp one time. Going to the Greek.
Strong's G 4749 Stale.
All right, stale. It says, all right, specifically a loose outer garment for men, extending to the feet, worn by kings, priests, and persons of rank. Kings, priests, all right, and persons of rank, man. You see, we want to be clothed, you know, in those robes, man, getting crowned. We want to be in the mix, man. This is why we're here. Okay, we're here to be in the mix of this thing, man. All right. So that was the point. You know, I just wanted to lay them back. You know, add to, you know, the points that the apostles were making. You know, they was getting down. You know, they went into a lot of information. You know, in this last camp. You know, so that was the point. You know, Lord will. You know, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified to the next time I say shalom.